Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the Pocono Raceway. The Windows 10 400, race number 21 of the 2015 NASCAR Spring Up Series season. We're here live from Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, the second race of the year here at the track, and the final race here of the season. 6 races remain until we will hit the playoffs for the NASCAR Spring Cup Series chase for the championship. 6 drivers are officially in the chase: Matt Kenseth, Brad Keselowski, Carl Edwards, Jeff Gordon, Casey Kane, and Kevin Harvick. That leaves 10 spots still open on the chase board. Jeff Gordon, Denny Hamlin make up your front row. Gordon and the Penn State Chevrolet making his final start at the Tricky Triangle. Denny Hamlin, a 4-time winner here at Pocono. Row 2, Brad Keselowski won here back in 2011. Kevin Harvick, last year's runner-up. And then on row 3, Joey Logano, a former Pocono winner, and Paul Menard on the outside of row 3. Kyle Larson, Casey Kane, Tony Stewart, and Kyle Busch make up your top 10 as we go racing for 20 laps of racing. Down below, you should be seeing your starting grid roll across your screen. And right now, Matt Kenseth in the real point standings. He has a 40-point lead on Brad Keselowski, the 2-time winner Kenseth. Right now, first in points, but that doesn't really matter because all that will change once we hit Chicagoland in 7 weeks. Right now, Joey Logano, 3rd in points. Jamie McMurray, 7th in points. Those are the 2 drivers right now who are the 2 guys on the bubble with no wins, but they're still in the chase. Then it'll be Jimmy Johnson, who is, I believe, 46 points behind McMurray to make the chase. Can he do it? Can he get a win today? He can get himself in the chase. We'll find out as we go racing here at the Tricky Triangle. Going green this time by. Before we go green though, hey, I'm going to turn my volume down a little bit. Alright, let's give you a spotlight on the few of our drivers in the field. First out is Jeff Gordon in the number 24, making his final start here at Pocono. Then you are going to go back and find the number 41 of Kurt Busch. He won the first Pocono race, I believe, for Stewart Haas Racing back in the spring. Can he go back-to-back wins? He starts outside the top 10 in the 41 car. Back here, Greg Biffle got his best finish of the year right here, 3rd place at Pocono in the spring. Starts deep in the field, Josh Wise. Wise driving a 32 for Go Fast Racing. Back here, the number 29 RB Racing Toyota, driven by Reed Sorensen this weekend. They made the show. Cole Whitten, the number 98. Running out the field is Landon Castle and the number 62 of Timmy Hill. Yesterday we saw the Truck Series run here. Matt Crafton hold off Austin Dillon to take home the checker flag. And then that last night at Iowa, it was Regan Smith who took home the checker flag in the US Cellular 250. Coming down to the green flag, Jeff Gordon and Denny Hamlin, your front row. Green flag is out. We're running away from the Tricky Triangle. They spread out 3 wide as they enter turn number 1. The first guy to make a move to the inside is Greg Biffle, number 16. Racing down into turn 1, they go. Gordon clears the outside line. Keselowski moving up into 2nd place, but Denny getting a run on the outside off turn number 1. And a little straight away they go, heading into the tunnel turn. The number 2, Keselowski, with his teammate Joey Logano pushing him on the inside lane. Heading down in the tunnel turn. Johnson on the inside of Matt Kenseth, on the inside of his teammate Kyle Busch, who's stuck up top of the 18. As we stay green, Keselowski and Hamlin still fighting for that 2nd spot. The 20 car almost up in the outside wall and down in turn 3. And Keselowski clears the number 11 of Denny Hamlin, and Kenseth almost gets turned off. Turn number 3. Down the long straightaway they go now. Tony Stewart, Kurt Busch moving on the inside lane. Johnson to the outside lane. Logano to the bottom. Down in turn number 1. 3 wide back here. Look at Alex Bowman on the inside of Greg Biffle. Matt Kenseth, he got almost up on the outside wall. So he's starting to fall back on the outside lane right in front of the Toyota of Brian Vickers in that 55. Now battle for the lead. Here comes a 22. Joey Logano trying to get his first win of the year. He takes the lead over from the number 24, Jeff Gordon. Brad Keselowski third. Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin. Now Kurt Busch. trying to get up inside the top 5 in that 41 car. Busch won the spring race. Can he go back-to-back wins? He won here in August of 2007, racing Denny Hamlin, who won his first 2 career races right here in 2006. Kyle Larson right now, he is 18th on the chase grid right now. A lot of points behind McMurray. Hamlin now under attack with 41 and Kurt Busch back here. Carl Edwards, a 2-time winner now in 2015, won Kentucky and last week at Indianapolis. Right behind him is Martin Truex Jr., won at Michigan. A second win would put that number 78 car in the chase. Kyle Busch on the inside of Paul Menard. Kyle Busch won the race at Richmond. Dale Jr. won a Coca-Cola 600 with Clint Boyer winning the Coke Zero 400 at Daytona. Alex Bowman 22nd, Ryan Newman. Right now, Newman not in the chase right now, number 31. Biffle, Trevor Bayne, Eric Almirola, and Austin Dillon. Kenseth way wide down on the front straightaway. Now Casey Kane to the inside of Tony Stewart. We are 4 laps into the Windows 10 400, and we are still green as these 4 guys nose to tail, and green. Back here, kind of losing the lead pack is Cole Witt in the 98, Timmy Hill, and Reed Sorensen. And now battle for second place once again. Brad Keselowski on the inside of Jeff Gordon, breaking the 42 with him. Kyle Larson for Chip Ganassi Racing. Denny Hamlin now on the inside. Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, and Casey Kane. Took a while for Brad to get by Denny Hamlin, but it does not take that 2 car long at all to get by the 24. Now Johnson to the inside of Gordon, possibly down the straightaway. Just like in the truck race yesterday, the draft here at Pocono is so beneficial because all these guys are punching up the air in front of them, and now Keselowski in the back bumper, Logano down in turn 1. There's like different packs. So we got the first pack led by Logano, then we got a pack led by Tony Stewart, Kyle Busch, his pack, Austin Dillon, his pack. And here comes Brad Keselowski down in the turn number 2. In the tunnel turn, side by side. Logano on the outside, Keselowski on the inside. That 2 car is already in the chase for 2015. Logano does not even have a win. Does Brad really want to take a win away from his teammate, or does he help his teammate get the win? Kurt Busch doesn't even care about Logano in his winless season. Busch, a win by the 41 would put that 41 car officially in the chase for 2015 as he won this race in the spring. Kyle Larson 4th. Gordon and Hamlin near front row, side by side for the last spot inside the top 5. Casey Kane running well. Jimmy Johnson running well. McMurray 11. Kevin Harvick in the 4. Martin Truex 78. Kyle Busch in the 18, and Dale Jr. in the number 88. We have about 14 laps remaining here. This time by Logano, starting to pull away from Kurt Busch in the 41 as he takes second away from Keselowski. Kyle Larson in the 4th now, trying to get third away from the number 2. Now up inside the top 5 is Denny Hamlin in the number 11. Busch on the move in the 41 car, started outside the top 10 and 15th spot, closing in on the number 22 Logano. Larson takes 3rd spot away from Keselowski. Now Johnson trying to get around the 5 of Casey Kane. Gordon to Polson in that number 24 on the back bumper of Denny Hamlin. Edwards now on the inside of Johnson, last week's winner in the 19 of Carl Edwards. Tony Stewart having a great run right now and up inside the top 10, and Jamie McMurray right now. Race grid, him and Logano, winless. Need as much points as possible and have to pray that we do not see any more first-time winners this year. Right now, Martin Truex Jr. behind him in 12th. Kevin Harvick, Dale Jr., and Boyer. Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Matt Kenseth, Brian Vickers, and Ryan Newman. Allmendinger, Bowman, Biffle, Menard, and Bain. Hornis, Mears, Reagan, Almirola, and Justin Allgaier. And Josh Wise, 31st. Brett Moffitt, Landon Castle, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. all the way back at 34th. Jed Burton, J.J. Yaley, Matt DiBenedetto, Michael Annette, David Gilliland, Cole Witt, Reed Sorensen, and Timmy Hill. That is how the top 42 stand right now. And now the top four starting and top five starting to pull away from everybody else. It's Casey Kane on the inside of Denny Hamlin. And Larson closing in on Kurt Busch with second place. Now on the inside is the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, trying to take the 8th spot away from Carl Edwards. McMurray on the inside of, that's Truex now, trying to get on the outside of the 1 of McMurray. Three wide back here now. Kansas thought about making 3 wide on Austin Dillon. He finished second in yesterday's truck race. Matt Crafton took home the checker flag. Dillon got some extra seat time yesterday. Right now he's paying out because he's running right now up inside the top 15, or close to the top 15. Ryan Newman not in the chase right now, 18th on the chase grid. He needs to pick it up in the next couple of races if he wants that 31 car to make the chase. Allmendinger. Next we got Watkins Glen. That could be a pretty good race with that number 47 to make the chase, just like last year. Alex Bowman, a great run, finished second at Daytona in July. Losing it to Clint Boyer. Right now Bowman running very strong in 22nd place. Greg Biffle finished third here in the spring. Right now running 23rd, right in front of Paul Menard. One of the more biggest movers in the field is Trevor Bayne. He picked up around 10 spots already in that number 6. Right now it is a pretty clean race from here, and now battle for the 3rd spot. Like that. Casey Kane on the inside of Brad Keselowski. 2 drivers already in the chase for 2015, along with the guy behind him, Jeff Gordon. He now does the inside down into the tunnel turn. And Kurt Busch has gotten around the 22 of Joey Logano. If the 41 were to win today, that 41 will be in the chase for 2015. But Logano does not have a win, and he needs to get a win. At least stay up in the at least stay ahead of McMurray and Johnson in the points. Right now, should be getting lap traffic. Timmy Hill right now running 42nd, 29 seconds behind the leader Kurt Busch. We have about 9 to go. Logano back on the bumper of the 41 of Kurt Busch. Really no real battles going on the racetrack right now. Logano pushing the 41 down in the tunnel turn. That's going more than number 22 of Joey Logano. Looking to the inside of the 41. He got a nice run down on turn number 3. Down the front stretch. Straight away they go. Logano's peeping to the inside, but does not make a move. He stays on the back bumper of Kurt Busch. 8 to go at Pocono. Battle for 3rd place. Heating up Casey Kane on the back bumper of the 42 of Kyle Larson. Casey Kane trying to get win number 3 of 2015. Jeff Gordon right now running 5th. Keselowski down to 6th. Hamlin 7th. Carl Edwards, Johnson, and right now Tony Stewart trying to hang inside the top 10. Gavin Harvick right now last year's runner-up in this race. Finished second to the guy ahead of him, Dale Jr. in the number 88. Clint Boyer 15th. Austin Dillon, Kenseth, Vickers, Newman, and Kyle Busch down in 20th. Edwards in the 19 down to the inside of Keselowski as he makes contact on the outside wall off turn number 3. And down in the turn 1, Edwards has the preferred line. Keselowski entered a little bit higher than he wanted to. That will open up the door for Denny Hamlin, but no. Denny does not have enough run to get by the number 2. Kane's still working on Kyle Larson. Now Jeff Gordon in that 24 is driven up, right, pushing Casey Kane down into the tunnel turn. And Logano not letting Kurt Busch get away. One of the more dominant cars this year, Joey Logano, but has 4 poles in that 22 car, but does not have a win. He's been so close. He's led a lot of laps. He has had a lot of good runs. Has yet to get that W. Can it be the day? Right now, running second. If he would have won today, that means only 1 spot in the chase could be set by points. Right now that would go to McMurray. But right now he's behind the 48 of Johnson, who is 17th on the chase grid. 5 of Casey Kane's driven away from Jeff Ford. Now he's on the back bumper of Kyle Larson. Here comes the 22 Logano to the inside, down into the tunnel turn. He does not have enough run yet again. And here comes Larson on the back bumper to the inside of Logano. Kyle Larson in the 42, trying to get his first career win in the NASCAR Spring Cup Series. He won Indianapolis last week in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. That was his third career win in Xfinity competition. Now to the inside of Logano, bringing Casey Kane with him on the inside lane. Kane looking in the middle of the 5. Now he stays behind Logano, gives him a little draft down the front straightaway. That will give the 22 the benefit. Now to close in on the 41, entering turn 1. Kane went high down in turn 1. Here comes Gordon on the inside. Kane has a nice run off turn 1. He now gets a run on the 42 Larson. Pushing him down the straightaway. Carl Edwards on the inside and now in that 19 car. 4 cars under a blanket as they go through the tunnel turn. Logano just running right in the tire tracks of the 41. Now Larson to the inside once again on Logano. Still no caution is out. And Kane, once again, like Larson on the inside of Logano, but once again, Kane is going to get Logano on the draft down the front straightaway. Kane on the outside of Kyle Larson. And now Jeff Gordon, 3 wide possibly down in the turn 1. Once again. And Kane stays on the outside of the 42. Gordon on the inside of the 24 car. Casey Kane has a run, and as you saw at the top of your screen, that they are catching the 62 of Timmy Hill. Timmy Hill in the 62 is right now running 42nd. Cole Witt in the 98, 41st. Reed Sorensen right now 40th. 3 slowest cars on track. Kane still trying to get around the 42. Gordon trying to help his teammate. The number 24, the 2 Hendrick cars right now in the chase. Edwards in the 19 to the inside. Off turn number 3. 4 laps for racing to go, and they are catching the 62 of Timmy Hill very quickly. And we've seen so many times this year, a driver looks like they're going to win the race, but end up getting held up in traffic. We go all the way back to Las Vegas. Brad Keselowski got the win after Jeff Gordon got stuck in traffic. Then Bristol, Kyle Larson was going to win the race, but David Gilliland came off pit road, slowed down the 42's momentum, and Brad got the win there. The top 2 get by the 62 of Timmy Hill. Logano really closes in on the entrance into the tunnel turn. Now caution is out. The race is going to be over right here. Here comes Joey Logano to the inside. They're side by side out into turn 3. Caution is out. Can Kurt Busch sweep the races at Pocono? Logano gets by on the inside. Off turn number 3. Caution is out. The lights are on. Joey Logano races down to the line, and he could possibly get the win here at Pocono. A last-second pass on the 41 of Kurt Busch. A caution is out. Matt DiBenedetto in the 83, Jed Burton in the 26, and Josh Wise in the number 32. A lot of contact on those 3 cars. The pace car will pick up later Joey Logano. Let's go back and look at that pass by the 22. Must have knew the caution lights were on. Dives to the inside of the 41. I mean, a nice pass. Luckily, nobody was behind them to affect the draft. And then we had a crash with Josh Wise in the 32 making his first start for Go Fast Racing. Looks like Jed Burton makes contact with a 32 of Wise. Race yesterday. Burton goes down into his teammate DiBenedetto. Burton comes out, collects, who was that? Was that the 34 of Brett Moffitt. They all spin into the infield grass, but they all get their cars refired, and they all drive away, but they lost a few positions right there to Michael Annett, David Gilliland. Here's the race for the lead. So can Joey Logano bring it home? We are not going to go back green, and Logano has lost a lot of races this year, but it's today finally the day. Right now, McMurray could be the only driver right now on the chase grid with no wins and could still make the chase with 5 races remaining. In the turn 3, coming down to the line, Joey Logano will pick up win number 1 in 2015 as he wins the Windows 10 400, becoming the 15th different winner in 2015. Kurt Busch, second place, almost clinched a spot in the chase, but has to wait another week. Casey Kane, Carl Edwards, and Jeff Gordon in top 5. Johnson and McMurray, they are 9th and 10th. So Johnson only gains 1 point on McMurray. Do those results. Ryan Vickers gets the top 15. Matt Kenseth, Clint Boyer, Ryan Newman, Austin Dillon, and E.J. Allmendinger. Next run for Alex Bowman. He finishes 22nd. Decent run for Tommy Baldwin's team. Matt DiBenedetto after spinning. He finishes 41st. Timmy Hill 1 lap down and 42nd. Next weekend the Truck Series is off, but the NASCAR Xfinity Series and the NASCAR Spring Up Series will be live from the Watkins Glen Road Course. So we will see you next week for the final road course race of the Cup Series season. We'll see you there. Congrats to Joey Logano on win number 1 in 2015.